Hey everybody, I just wanted to give a little bit of a breakdown for those of you who have the Both IR4s. I had a recent issue where the switch on mine, this guy, had a failure. It's very rare for mechanical switches like this to fail, but mine did. And the way I figured it out is just the super basic way. Take it apart, pull it open, and use a multimeter to test continuity between the two contacts. I tested there and at the plug. Before I took it out, I also tested here at the switch. So anyway, I wanted to pop in and just show you guys what these look like inside, because I know I've had a couple people ask me because I've said that I can do my own repairs. So to begin with, your main control board, so the thing that has your screen and also has your flex cable, the little ribbon right there, is a single board. It is two-sided, but it's pretty straightforward. Nothing really too complex. You got a couple caps. You can see the electrolytics right there. A little bit on there. You can see some ICs and whatnot on the other side. But pretty straightforward. That connects here, and you can see this is in Chinese. If you ever don't know what something is in Chinese or another language, use Google Lens or Google Translate. It works beautifully. Very, very simple. On the inside of here, you also have the two antennas. So we have two antennas, look like two dipole antennas, which is kind of cool if we actually have two of those. That's excellent. You know why? One of them is probably a transmitter for when you're running master, and then one of them is the receiver. I just realized that. Okay, anyway, ribbon cable here, and you can see it actually is labeled, so you can see what pins are what. You got 2 hot, 2 ground, and then your channel pins. And then you can see we've got 3 plugs. The center one is the battery. This little adhesive tape stuff here is there to make sure you don't open it up, and I'm assuming something for warranty purposes as well. Obviously, I void warranties. Actually, I have a t-shirt that says that somewhere. So this is the charger, and if you go to Google Lens, you'll see this is the charger, battery, and right here is the switch. The easier way I remembered it was the one with the plus and the minus is the charger. Pretty simple, right? Switch, charger, battery, and obviously your ribbon cable. On the main board, or I should say on the LED diode board, you can see we have 4 diodes, and we know that. This is the plate that sits on top of them that has the lenses. Very, very simple. This is actually a pretty common design used in, if anybody in these groups is in the lightsaber community, these are almost the exact same things that we would use for the old in-hilt designs. So anyway, you can see we've got a set of coils for each color. So you got amber, red, white, and amber, P for purple, I assume. So I'm assuming that's our UV. And then white, red, green, blue. Each one has these are pretty beefy coils. So, and then you got a couple ICs, you got a couple resistors in there, some surface mounted caps. Pretty straightforward. If anybody ever has to work on this board for soldering, it's going to be pretty easy. These, I'm not going to pull this board out because it's a pain, but this board comes out of here, and you can probably heat this from the other side if you wanted to. I didn't screw around with it, but all you have to do is you take these standoffs off. I don't want to do it right now, but this comes off, then the board comes off, because underneath here, not only is this probably for heat sink purposes, it's also to shield from the battery. Very, very important. These are nothing more than 18650s, and we already knew this, but they are 18650s. I'll post a picture along with the video that shows you exactly what the cell markings were. I think they were 3000 milliamp hour, but I have to look. Anyway, this is what the inside of the IR4 looks like. So if you've ever were curious or you thought to yourself, oh my God, I can't fix something myself, you absolutely can. It is not difficult. And if you ever have questions, feel free to reach out. This is the kind of thing I love to do, and I've been doing it a long, long time. So these things make sense, but I can point out things that you don't know what they are. On the main control board down here, I do not recommend anybody really do any work on this board unless you really know what you're doing. Damaging the screen on there is extremely simple. These little through-hole caps, yeah, they're easy to work on, but there's quite a bit on this board, and yeah, it's probably not that hard to just get a full replacement. All this said, I will probably make a second post for this, but a massive shout out to Jenny Chan, who is my rep directly at Both Lighting. I talked with her just a few days ago. I showed her exactly what I had. I showed her that the switch was malfunctioning, and she sent me 2 replacement switches. They got here in like 3 days. Unbelievable. So anybody who's worried about Both Lighting customer service, don't be. They are spectacular. Thank you so much, Jenny. I know this is a long video, but I really hope that this helped anybody who had questions about how this is put together. It's very simple. I'm now going to put it back together because, as you can see, it's fixed. So, have a good one, everybody.